my experience living with a phobia. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Or if it's your first time here, welcome to the chaos. I'm Zachy, and on this little internet corner of mine, we talk about mental health, self-growth, and embarrassing stories I never thought I'd share online. So today, buckle up, because I'm talking about something I've lived with for a long time, but only recently started to fully understand. A phobia, and not just any phobia. This isn't about horror movies or creepy clowns. I'm talking about a full-on, totally irrational fear of escalators. Yep, those everyday moving stairs you see at the mall. I know it sounds silly, but if you've ever had a phobia, you know there's nothing silly about how real and intense it feels. Let's start with some basics. What even is a phobia? A phobia is more than just fear. It's a powerful, overwhelming reaction to something that most people don't find dangerous. Specific phobias, which is what we're diving into today, are fears focused on one particular object or situation. Think flying, needles, birds, clowns, holes. Yes, trypophobia is real and it's wild, or in my case, escalators. With a phobia, your body literally thinks you're in danger. Like, it flips the panic switch and suddenly your heart's racing, palms sweating, and your brain screaming run. Even though nothing is really happening, it's like your survival instincts are going off over something that wouldn't faze most people. And that disconnect? That's the weirdest part. Okay, so here's how it all began for me. I was around 7 years old, holding my mom's hand at a big, fancy shopping mall. The kind with those tall escalators that go down 2 floors and are surrounded by glass railings, so you can see the whole mall below you. Honestly, now that I think about it, they do look like a ride designed by someone who hates people with vertigo. Anyway, I'm standing there at the top, looking down, and my body just goes into shutdown mode. Complete panic. I remember my mom gently tugging me forward, people behind us getting impatient, and me just glued to the floor like, nope, not happening. That moment left a mark. From then on, I associated escalators with that same overwhelming dread. No warning, no logic, just fear. As I got older, it didn't go away. In fact, it followed me like an annoying shadow. At first, I thought I could just avoid them. I'd take the stairs, use the elevator, walk around the entire building if I had to. But soon, it started impacting more than just my mall visits. Airports were a nightmare. Hotels with escalators? Hard pass. Even concerts or museums had to be strategically navigated. I became a full-on escape route planner. I'd scan for exits like a secret agent, all because of one seemingly innocent machine. And if I couldn't avoid it, I'd either freeze and panic or make up some excuse to dip out. I even skipped opportunities or events just because I couldn't face the escalator situation. It's wild how something so small can control so much of your life. And it wasn't just the inconvenience. It was a judgment, especially for myself. People around me would laugh or tease, like, come on, man, it's just an escalator. And I'd laugh with them because what else could I do? But inside, it hurt. I felt broken, weak, ashamed, honestly. Like, how could I be so afraid of something so normal? That internal dialogue was brutal. I told myself I was being dramatic, that I should just get over it. But phobias don't work like that. You can't logic your way out of a panic response. And the more I fought it or tried to hide it, the stronger it got. It was like my brain had hit autopilot anxiety. Every time I saw one, eventually I decided enough was enough. I didn't want this fear to run my life anymore. So I started trying to face it head on. My first attempt? Classic YouTube research binge. You know, those overly confident videos titled, Cure Your Phobia Instantly. I tried visualizations, affirmations, tapping techniques. I was out here talking to escalators like they were misunderstood friends. Nothing really clicked. It felt like my fear was laughing at me while I whispered, I am safe, I am calm. What actually did help? Exposure therapy. Real, slow, deliberate exposure. It's basically training your brain through tiny steps. I started just standing near escalators, letting my anxiety rise, and then learning to sit with it. No forcing, no rushing, just breathing and observing. The progress was painfully slow, but it was progress. Day 1. I stood 10 feet away and stared at one like I was watching a horror film. Day 2. A little closer. Eventually, I touched the rail, and after a few weeks of consistent attempts, I finally got on for just a second. I jumped off like I'd won the lottery, but that was a first step. Over time, I worked my way into being able to ride one all the way down without freaking out. I still feel uneasy sometimes. My heart still races, but I can do it. And to me, that's a massive win. Not because the fear's gone, but because it no longer controls me the way it used to. So what have I learned through all of this? First of all, phobias are nothing to be ashamed of. They don't make you weak. They don't make you dramatic. They make you human. Our brains are weird, complex machines. Sometimes they short-circuit over harmless stuff. That doesn't mean you're broken. Second, healing is not linear. It's not fast. It's awkward and messy, and sometimes you'll take 2 steps forward and 1 back. But that's okay. Third, and maybe most importantly, you don't have to completely erase a phobia to live your life. If you can manage it, work with it, and still move forward, that's strength. That's growth. So yeah, I, a grown man, used to be terrified of escalators. I still kind of am. But I've learned to face that fear instead of letting it call the shots. And if you're dealing with something similar, whether the fear of flying, public speaking, holes, still thinking about that one, or anything else, I see you. Your fear is valid. Your experience is real. And you're doing better than you think. Don't let anyone make you feel small for what scares you. You don't owe anyone an explanation. Your progress is yours. And hey, if this video helped you feel a little more seen or just made you smile at the weirdness of being human, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps this little channel grow. And if you want more stories like this, more mental health convos, or just want to see me try to conquer the next ridiculous fear I have, subscribe to @Zakaprat. New videos drop every week, and I'd love to have you here as part of the fam. Thanks so much for watching. Be kind to your brain, be patient with your fears, and remember, every small step forward is still a step. Catch you in the next one. Peace.